I'll probably have to change those to refineries. And this is kind of stupid because I just ran that pipe all over the freaking crazy place, so it's kind of dumb. How much steel was I getting from here again? 12 times 150? 1,800. That is actually more than I can do with a single belt. So we're gonna have to convert these all to Mark 6s. Well, not all, but I'm going to do all of them because I'm a silly Billy. As well as doing a classic mistake of changing the lips to Mark 6. I don't want to forget that. And actually, now that I think about that, I'm probably gonna have to do that for both of these as well, because this was built for... I was gonna say this is built for Caterium, but that really doesn't make it any better, because usually I use 1200 there as well. So this is just a bad blueprint that is going to absolutely screw me over like 10 times in a row, and I'm not gonna do anything to fix it and bitch about it every single time. Okay, so... No, I'm not gonna open another calculator. Because I think that would have been my 6th. So we're gonna do 1200 divided by 150. How many can we run 8? That makes sense. Kind of thought that would be the case, but I like to punch things in anyways because I'm a silly Billy. Probably this... this isn't gonna make any difference. It's gonna look stupid regardless. Okay. Can tell how easily distracted I am, but that's okay. We're gonna run all 4 of our belts here, like so. Yeah, I went back upstairs again too as I was getting that call, and like it is snowed like an insane amount, like way more than it did before. So it's only minus like 30 today though, but like, oh, aren't I lucky? You know, the messy conveyor routing that I've done right here definitely has to be the reason I've never felt the warm embrace of a woman before. Definitely the only reason. Couldn't be anything else. Couldn't be me, bro. Wait a dang darn diddly minute. Why isn't this thing getting steel pumped out of her? Oh, because that's an input. I see. Again, usually when something stupid happens, it's not the game, it's me. Why would I face it that way? Why would I do this? I'm so tired of doing stupid things. I just want to be... Oh, now all of these are facing... Even though they don't look directional, oh boy, polarity matters. Unlike capacitors, in which case it doesn't matter. Don't do that. See, isn't this fun? Isn't this such exciting gameplay to watch? I mean, like, if it was fast forward and cut, like, you guys get to see, I'm sure it would be entertaining. For me, it's just like, belt, belt, belt. Okay, we'll probably run the concrete, and it is on the right side, thankfully, around here. We'll probably make this platform above to process it. Yeah, we'll just go back this way and then run along the underside if we need to. I'll just go here. Because this one might have a more difficult time going to the same place. Like Swoink Scoop! I'm sorry. The voices told me to do it. Please don't tell me they're right where the conveyor belts are. Oh, that is rather lucky. Okay, so technically we are bringing in a total of 1,800 steel. That is enough to do 2. So what we will do is we will maybe go further back here. Why, you ask, is we are going to sort of load balance it, because each one will take 900, meaning that we can go merger on this side, going to a splitter, and I don't like the way this necessarily looks, but this one, it will feed in 300 to that one, so now technically both of them should be able to achieve the 900 required. We'll want this one, I think. When I get it wrong later, cut to this moment of me being stupid and how bad my, like, critical thinking skills are. Because if this one's further this way, this one should wrap around the other way. I also want a Mark 6. Did I use a Mark 6 on the top one? Probably not, actually. But we need like 900. I know I don't really need to do these sections as a Mark 6, but I'll do them anyways. Okay, so... Oh, I just realized something. Please don't tell me I fucked this up. Did I get lucky? I didn't. I missed it by one. It should come here for the steel pipe. It should come to the middle one. Okay, now you fellers are gonna see why it is rather annoying to feed things to the wrong belts. We're gonna go this way and be silly bobillies as per usual. Yeah, you can already hear the machines working. So now we are going to have to drain this feed. So, easiest way to probably do that is I could use an awesome sink. I don't want to go out of my inventory here. So we can drain this belt just fine. You know, pretty easy. The only problem is that the splitters often have reserve per side. Okay, no, never mind. We're good. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Sometimes they get stuck going to the machine when you only have one section of belt, but yeah, it's not the funnest job to clear belts, honestly. Okay, see, wasn't that fun? But hey, we got the steel pipes, yay! So, steel is done. It is iron and concrete. So, what we can now do is probably just run these two iron routes along here. You know, it's not that I particularly want to do this, but it just seems like the better idea. What we're gonna do is hopefully make our life easier. And to do that, we are going to remove all of this track and then do the same trick we did with a couple of key differences. The only difference is we are going to go like this, moving this to the absolute outside edge. I know what you're thinking, don't say it. So now we get this run of belt instead. The reason this is important is it shouldn't, what I like to call it, tangling. Like, for instance, I'm going to use the iron in the center down below there and then trail this off out to the side. If you try and trail off a belt outward while it's in the middle, while there are other belts in the way, it just creates complications. I hate that I have to keep doing the same calculations over and over again because I'm not very bright. We are getting 140 iron ingots approximately times by 16, 2,224. We divide that by 2, 1,120 per. And the amount we need per here, 327 times 6. Okay, so we're gonna need both rails here basically just to power one heavy modular frame production, which is suboptimal. That is a lot. I'm sorry, I'm just getting freaking tired of doing this. I'll maybe power the one and call it a day. But I need to power the concrete, yeah. Oh. But it's at least a lot more straightforward because I've plumbed everything that I need there. I just realized kind of a mistake that I probably made. We'll want this one, I think. When I get it wrong later, cut to this moment of me being stupid and how bad my, like, critical thinking skills are. And that's okay. I'll deal with it. So first off, we're not going to make the same mistake. We need to figure out this one is the one for the concrete. This top bar, unfortunately, is the one that requires the iron, which is rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. I will explain why it is unfortunate in a moment here. So, the top, we need to go like so. So the reason why this is unfortunate is because the iron, because we are well over the 1200 limit of this belt, means that we need to feed it from both sides. That means we'll feed this first 3 from those belts, and then we'll feed these ones from the other belts. And actually, it's not as unfortunate as I thought. I thought I would probably have to reverse the direction and then plummet in from that side. But because we have this space here, it would make a lot more sense to do something like this. We'll just move in a conveyor, mark 6. This way, that should be enough of a bend radius. And now we just need to plumb that second iron route to come here instead. So what we're going to do first is we will go down 1, 2. So on the, well, actually, just conveyors can move 6 of these like 4-meter blocks. I think they're 4-meter. I think they can actually move 7. I always just do 6 just for a bit of headroom. This will probably look a bit ugly. Oh, actually, no, that's a bit perfect. Would you look at that? Isn't that nice? Our iron is traveling down at quite a speed. I even remembered to plug that hole. So, now, outside of the concrete, we are operating at peak efficiency. These 3 getting sent by that one, and the other 3 getting sent by the other feed. So now, the last thing that I will do today will be the concrete. I don't like how long this is run over, but I'm sure I can cut out a lot. But we will get the concrete up and running then. Because we got lots of water we can plumb with. It is going to be rather expensive. Okay, last push we need to do to make concrete. We got 2,400. No, we do not. We got 1,200 right now. I probably should have picked up on that earlier. I don't even know if I need this yet, but I'll go fix it because I can. So, did I not supply power to these? That's a rookie mistake. Oh my god. Not powering your miners is something I used to do all the time and still do as an experienced player. And go. That was actually kind of close. Not bad. Jeez. But watch. This is the nice thing about conveyors, especially when you're on like long straight jaunts like this. Oh jeez, I overshot that. I mean, you can do it with things that are stationary too. It just feels fun to run on them. Let's just spawn a refinery and see what kind of volume we're going to be working with here, because we might just be limited by water. We should just try and hit our target for what we need, which would probably be 1,200 concrete. Each one requires 50, times by 6 is 300, times by 3 is 900, yeah. So 900 means that we need 5 of these. You know what? I might actually just build it, because I don't have a nice blueprint that's for 5. Kids, don't do this. Use blueprints. You know, reusable modules of functionality are the way to do it. But I guess while we're here, I'll teach you a trick on how to build some efficient refineries at the very least. Generally, what I like to do is come here, go all the way up, build your pipeline along it. This is probably not going to work because it consumes such a massive amount of water that we'll probably have to split this up anyways. But then what you do is you line up the junctions as best you can with this kind of center to center, and then you just drop it in. Depending on the mode you're using, like I'm using horizontal to vertical, sometimes it doesn't work, but noodle is a good one for really tight bends. But yeah, after that, I just kind of clean up the stuff attached to the sides of the junctions that I no longer need. And there you go. You got one pipe feeding all of your refineries. So this is going to be 300, 600, 900, 1200, and then the last one will just be a bit wasteful because 3, 6, 9, 12, that will saturate our first belt. And this last one, while we could build additional refineries over here, I am not going to bother with it for the time being. If I need more concrete in the future, I will. But I don't want to future-proof too much for when I probably won't need it, and it's going to be super expensive for water here. I kind of just need to do some silly stuff here. I don't like doing this because I should have been more cognizant of when I was building. It would literally take 5 seconds to fix, but I'm going to see if I can do this anyways. That looks cool. I like that. Oh yeah, that is so much better than just working in the dark, honestly. Again, this will not look nice. It would look much better if you tucked them in. Again, my blueprints are all made to look beautiful. The only thing is, because each one of these are using 500, which means that each one is going to leave 100 left over in this pipe. That means that we'll just use this as kind of the leftover. I feel like I'm going to do something a little silly here. I'm going to move these to the outside, and then we're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to take this as the leftover. Yeah, we're pumping the water, so it should be okay. Oh yeah, it's running horizontal to vertical, and it worked really well. See, I don't love that, because it's like this one will consume the full 250 of water, then this one will. The leftover 100 should technically get pumped out from each side, doing a total of 200 and feeding this. It doesn't look pretty, honestly, at all. I kind of wanted to just go straight across and then do that, but just something about the logistics of this piping just makes me feel a hell of a lot better. The only thing I can see is I should fix this floor hole. That's bugging me a lot. Some people are gonna go, oh, so you'll fix that, but not like the horrible glaring issues and everything else. And yes, you're goddamn right. That's how it's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this pipe for meow, bring it out in the dark. Not much I can really do when I'm working underneath. I fricked that up. Dang it. Get out of the way! Ah! See, that's... Oh, I don't like working with pipes. Okay, perfect. Oh, I just realized that these are gonna get clipped through. Oh, brother, what can you do? Okay, I need to run 2 more pipes. One for the iron feed that's powering all the steel, and then one for the concrete that I didn't get to fill. See, I'm pressing control because it wants to snap all the time to the incorrect place. This is what I was talking about when stuff like has to cross over each other and it being a royal pain in the ass. This is exactly what I meant. There's no way for me to know that this would have been the way that it had to be, though, until I actually did it. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta explore what's going on for you to actually know what your requirements are. But we're working, so we have all the concrete we shall need. So let's merge all our outputs together. Probably bothers people that I use like way over-spec'd belts for connecting stuff still, but like I've explained it before, I could not care less. Should I commit a cardinal sin? Oh, it's not like I could anyways. I'm already oversaturating this line because that steel is going to be important. Oh, I don't want to do it, but I'm probably just going to have to do it anyways. We got concrete that we got to run, and a lot of it. Yeah, so we only have 900 concrete, so with one run we can do all of it. It will require what I call tangling this belt a little bit, but at the same time, we'll just use conveyor lifts to sort that out. I don't feel like untangling everything in the heat of the moment just for it to not work out anyways and just get frustrated all over again. I've played this game long enough to know how this shit goes. So we're gonna go 1, 2, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to use a splitter here. Again, we're gonna use that same old trick. I know there's more elegant ways to do this, but I don't care. Okay, but we're gonna have to use more techniques like this. But there we go. We now have everything being fed appropriately. These machines should now be running and contributing to the amount of frames that we are building. But hey, we technically doubled our output from before. The only problem is we'll need to double it again. But anyways, we did a lot of work. Like, we finished the concrete. I will not need to redo that in the future. Yeah, there will be more iron and a little bit more steel, but at the end of the day, I'd say we're doing pretty good. So I think that's where we'll leave it for today, at least for this episode. But I think we've accomplished something today, and the golden nut is slowly making on its way. I'm tired, my brain hurts. I've been playing this game like all day again, which I said I was not going to do, but That's what this game does to you. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, as the next time we'll at least be getting to build more machines instead of this silly little hoopla we've got pulled into before. So, have a good day. Take care.